Hi 4th grade, Miss Erford here with another close reading passage for practice today. Before we look at today's passage, here are some good reminders of why we practice close reading. To help comprehend complex text, to gain a deep understanding of the text, to fully understand the author's message, to focus on patterns and details in the text, to analyze a text, to think critically about it, and to analyze an author's craft to grow as a writer. For this week's historical fiction close reading pack, we want to focus on how does point of view affect how a story is told. We're looking at the same topic and the same context being told from different perspectives or different points of view. So here's a reminder of what first person, second person, and third person looks like in a text. The store owner passage from yesterday was told in third person. Today's passage is titled The Farmer. So think about the point of view as you read. Here's today's passage, The Farmer. Pause the video and read both pages of this story. Now you can listen and read along as we dig deeper for a second read. The Farmer. We used to be farmers, I said to the group of families that first night we met. My parents had to give up the farm when my dad got sick. I guess I'm a farm boy deep down in my soul, and that's why I'm going out west. I need to get back to the land. It's been calling me for a while now, and it's time I answered that call. I looked around me. Some folks were nodding, but other folks were looking puzzled. I don't know why exactly they might be puzzled, except that I suppose I looked more like a city boy than a farmer. Indeed, for the past 10 years or so, I had been a city boy. But even if I looked the part and dressed the part, I never felt the part. I'd held a job in town until recently, managing a haberdashery for men, even though I'd never had much interest in men's clothing. I took that job when Pa got sick, and we had to give up the farm. Of course, I needed to help out and make some money for the family, so I took the first thing I could find. I started off selling hats and shirts, and in a few years I was made manager. This job wasn't bad, but it never felt like a calling, a passion, not like farming did. I knew someday I'd want to get my hands back in the soil. I like making things grow. I like that I can start something from nothing and watch it change every single day. I like that I end up with something we can eat and share with our friends and neighbors. When I heard about another wagon train getting ready to form, I knew the time had come for me to go west to farm. I felt like it was now or never. After all, you only have one life to live, and I wanted to live the rest of mine on a farm. Did I know it'd be hard? I sure did. But I'd heard out west the land is fertile and the opportunities are grand. A good friend who was a farmer had made the trip out west, and he had written me a letter not too much earlier. He said any time I wanted to come out there, he'd let me use some of his land to raise my own crops. So I seized that opportunity. I figured that I'd work with him for a little while and then buy a piece of land of my own. I packed the last of my possessions and spent the rest of the day meeting some of the families who'd be with me on the wagon train. I'm a little on the shy side, so it was good to find out I knew some of the families already. Going with some familiar faces helped. Yet, I realized by the time we got out west, we'd all be close friends. The only thing I wished was that Ma and Pa were with me. They were both gone by the time of my trip, but I knew they'd approve of my continuing our family tradition. I hope I made them proud. Now you're prepared to answer the following questions about the farmer. Or you can always go back and reread a third time or refer back to the passage as you think about each question. In what point of view is the farmer told? How do you know? How did this point of view help you understand the character's opinions and feelings about moving west? What is a haberdashery? And why is the farmer traveling west? Type your answers in the comments. Thanks for watching.